versus the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about. Versus the world. We don't fuck around. If we did, we found out we are drunks. Versus the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about.
All right, welcome to Drunks versus the World, another new episode this week. My name is Jason. I'm one of the hosts. I'm the hostess with the mostest. And to my left, I have...
I'm Justin.
And I'm Lucas. And I would like to just point out, this is only a new episode if you haven't heard it yet.
Right, right.
Good point.
And we're recording live again.
Pre-recorded live.
No, it's recording live. I'm here.
Yeah.
We didn't pre-record it live. We're recording live.
Okay.
You new at this? Or?
Yeah. If you're listening to this for the second time, you can just skip to 12:34 for the beginning of the actual discussion.
I wonder if anyone's actually rewatched or re-listened to our episodes twice.
I don't know.
I doubt it.
There's got to be one person that has.
My brother-in-law listens to us.
Yeah.
And then our neighbor does. And
Hey, shout out to you, brother-in-law.
Scott.
Okay,
Scott
I didn't want to. That's what
Scott, this episode is dedicated to you.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about Scott.
Let's talk about Scott's a good guy. We'll see you guys next week.
Enough said.
Enough said. Justin, how was your week? I
it was
understand
bad.
it wasn't the
It's
greatest.
bad, man. It was just all work related. Just work. That's all that happened. That's all
I'm telling you,
that consumed my life this week.
Become a midnight cowboy.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's a midnight cowboy? Is that a prostitute?
He's a prostitute, yeah.
Prostitute.
A he whore.
They don't make the money like they used to.
You know.
Well, like I said earlier, male prostitutes need to make as much as female prostitutes.
They should.
We want true equality in this world.
Hey, if you need a pimp, you let me know, okay?
He's
one?
pimp hand is strong.
I will be your pimp, okay?
His pimp hand is strong. He
We'll
keeps
test
it,
you out.
he
What do you
keeps it-
charge?
I mean, that'll be discussed in contract negotiations.
well, let's
I'm
have
a
it.
stickler for all of my whores are going to have to be unionized.
Oh, God.
So
I'm out.
Well,
you don't want health care and figure it would be a good thing to have if
yeah,
you're
those
a,
scabs don't heal on their
you're a
own.
man whore.
That's a good point.
You know, what
So,
about life insurance? What if some,
This is pricey stuff, man.
making sure that
I'm trying to run a business here.
he's making sure that you don't get drippy dong syndrome.
Yeah, but then I got to pay for their health insurance, too.
Well, he's the pimp. I mean,
Yeah.
For
he's
the
doing
gals.
all the work.
The
over
gals.
there.
I'm
He's doing
management,
He's doing
okay?
all the work.
Yeah, but it's coming out of my pocket.
Well, it's coming out of
meat
out of
wallet.
your John's pocket.
Your
okay?
meat wallet.
Yeah. Yeah, meat wallet.
Gross. I know.
I've never heard it described that way before.
Hey, Lucas, how was your week?
You know what? My week was okay. I really slacked off this week at work.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Way to be.
And if my boss asks, I'll just say, no, I misspoke. I meant to say I jacked off at work.
You got great internet connection while you're there. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Do you take a lot of like shit breaks and bathroom breaks and just chill out in the bathroom and
No, I just watch
you
YouTube.
just- yeah.
you got to get yourself one of those fucking portable PlayStation you can add your phone to, and so you play Helldivers at work.
Yeah,
That
that'd
would be
cool.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Helldivers did make me consider buying a Steam Deck.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
People using that.
because
I wonder if that's a different. You'd be on a different.
Put it
account
on like
then.
your wrist or something, or like a.
no,
It's like a PSP.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
thinking of what. Yeah, never
it's
mind.
basically it's some almost emulator like thing because it's basically anything that you buy on your Steam account, you can play on the Steam Deck.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could buy that thing, like I said, that's for PlayStation, and log into your normal account, play on that one.
Yeah.
But I mean, That fucking game
I'm
is taking
thinking-
over our
yeah.
lives.
What's the thing that you have? What that we have with the?
Oh, that's
with the
that
voice-
fucking
Discord?
no, the button
where you
thing.
can play the button
Sound bites and
sound
shit.
bites and stuff that we bought.
Steam
That we
Deck.
Oh,
Stream Deck.
Stream Deck.
Stream
Yeah.
Deck,
Stream Deck.
I've seen people use that for the stratagems.
Oh, really? That's because they're using a
Because they're on PC.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're right behind you on the. There's a bunch.
Because I mean, and why wouldn't you if you have it? Like I said, if I played on PC, I would use auto hotkey or something to set up a macro. So
Right. And that's the thing is that almost takes the fun out of shit.
I know,
Yeah.
You
a little
know?
bit.
because it definitely adds to the intensity. Like
Right.
when you have to get that combination right.
Right. So we're going to talk about the game for a little bit here.
Fuck yeah.
This game is
turning
Helldivers 2.
It's turning into Helldivers Radio,
It kinda
Right.
is.
It's
which is fine with me.
And a side of WWE radio.
Yeah.
that game is just, it's taken us forever to get to level 50, but then we're not so like some of these guys who fucking do it for 12, 15 hours a day. And, say the first 2 days they were level 20 something. And then the first week they were hitting over 40. And then the first 2 weeks they were at 50,
Well, we're only playing with 3 people primarily, and sometimes just individually play.
Yeah.
So that makes a difference.
Right.
But
And I have to say, I am jealous as hell, or not jealous, envious as hell of these fucking guys that can play the hardest difficulty and they just make
By
it look
themselves.
easy by themselves.
yeah.
Make it look easy, no big deal.
But those are the same guys. When max level was only 50, now it's 150. When they were max level at 50, things were different.
I don't know. Helldive is the highest one.
It is.
And I mean,
But like I see these guys upload YouTube videos or stream on YouTube all the time. Like so they're even with the latest content, they still just rock it like it's
Yeah.
no problem.
did the difficulty rise after the update where the levels rose?
I
Or
don't
has
know.
the difficulty always been the same?
I don't know.
I don't think they upped the difficulty.
No, they may have a little bit. Maybe they may have upped the spawn rates maybe a bit, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're always tweaking it a little bit depending
Right.
on the order and stuff. The
look-
only
yeah.
thing that I could definitively say that they made harder was, I think, the introduction of the factory striders for the bots.
yeah,
Because that seems a little bit different, but
I have yet to see one.
same.
Then we've only been playing.
We're not playing
We're
bots
not
very
up
Yeah.
there where they're probably at.
Yeah, I think we would have to play on at least extreme.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because, no. What's the one below that? Challenging or hard?
hard.
Because I don't remember where we see the Bile Titans. Is that hard?
So I think on the equivalent would be on hard for bugs, but you can only see Bile Titans if they're a mission objective.
Yeah.
If it's kill Bile Titans. So maybe there's a bot mission on hard that is, destroy the 2 factory striders or something.
right.
Yeah. Does a rail cannon kill them?
I don't think so.
It takes maybe one
Something's
or two.
got to take a one fucking shot kill on it.
It might be like the Bile Titan where it takes 1 or 2.
And that's
special.
fine. I mean, I seen before there a while ago where a single shot to the face, but it was a perfectly laced shot to the face of a Bile Titan with a rail cannon, or not a rail cannon, like Quasar or the rifle.
Quasar and the expendable anti-tank,
Yep.
the heavy ordnance ones.
Right.
You can one-shot a Bile Titan, but it not only has to be to the right place, but it has to be timed right, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to do it, like, right as it opens its mouth to
Yeah.
spit its acid.
Right.
Then you can apparently one-shot it. I've never
And that
done
rail
it.
cannon, it seems it always aims at like its back. It doesn't seem to. It's always in the back. It doesn't seem at
I think
the
it
head or
just-
anywhere else, right? Or am I?
It's dependent on where in the sky your actual ship is, because you can look and see where it is, and that'll depend on where it hits. It basically targets the center of the hitbox. at certain angles, it can go through the head.
Right.
And that's a one shot.
I think, we're getting to the point now to where it's only going to be a matter of time. I think I'm not going to say within, but in about a week or two, we're going to be hitting Helldive for the bugs.
Yeah.
I'd say like a month.
It might take us a little bit longer.
Because the next one is...
That's
impossible. We have to go up to impossible and then Helldive.
Oh, well... Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't know impossible was there.
Yeah.
I thought after where we were at, then it was Helldive.
Yeah, I think there's basically 3 difficulty stages per like tier of enemy.
Yeah.
Because I think trivial, easy, and medium. Because that'll spawn up to the brood commanders.
Right.
Then then that next tier spawns up to chargers, and then that next tier is the main big guy.
So we don't have any more tiers. There's not going to be anything new.
So suicide is the first of that final tier.
We might see fucking 17 fucking Bile Titans at Helldive. Who knows?
I think 17 Bile Titans. That's a little fucking extreme.
Yeah,
don't
maybe
you
they
think?
exaggerated a little bit there.
I don't know. There was a video of a guy that was playing solo on Helldive, and at one point he paused the video and started numbering the Bile Titans, and he had 11 of them.
Jeez.
Fuck.
Probably
See,
a
but
few
that's not
chargers
17.
in there too.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking chargers. I bet. Yeah. You know what? The Bile Titans and the chargers don't even bother me anymore. It's those little motherfuckers, those hunters.
It's the hunters.
God, I hate them.
Who's the ones that jump?
That's the hunters.
Yeah. Those suck.
God, I hate those.
I think regular groups, especially the people that are in organized clans and stuff, I think they generally have almost dedicated roles where one guy's job is only to kill the small stuff.
Mm-hmm. Crowd control.
Yeah, they just keep the small stuff at bay, and then the other people can focus on the big, the chargers and the Bile Titans and the commanders.
Yeah.
That would be a good. Yeah, I mean, crowd control is definitely an aspect of the game that I'm sure that people look into. If you have a squad of 4,
yeah,
when squad of 3 it's just not really that easy. I mean, you guys are Johnny on the spot when it comes to your rail cannons. Me, give me my fucking recoilless rifle or my
You don't bring one? You don't bring a rail cannon? I guess you don't, do you?
I bring them when we have to do that defend.
Yeah.
I'll bring it then. But other than that, I'm like, you guys are fucking Johnny on the spot with your rail cannon. So I'm just like, nope. I'll bring my Quasar or a recoilless, and I'll take out the fucking the chargers and shit that way, or I'll take a shot at the face of a Bile Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been trying to get away from the rail cannon a little bit.
It's hard.
It really is.
You need it. But somebody in the squad needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I carry the expendable anti-tank, is just because it's such a short cooldown, and I can deal with chargers.
Mm-hmm. Every time I use that against a charger or a Titan, it half the time works, half the time doesn't.
Yeah.
You have to get those fuckers. It almost seems like they're programmed to fucking rear up right before you shoot.
Yeah.
Because if they just sit there and look at you and just all dumb, with how they move their head, if you just sit there and they're looking at you and you can get the shot off, then you're fine. But when they just came at you, you dove out of the way, and they're coming back around, that they're gonna fucking rear up again. And once they usually wait until you're getting ready to fucking fire, and that's when you get fucked.
Yeah. Yep. And one of the other problems is there's definitely some kind of latency happening where it looks like you hit the charger dead on.
Yeah.
Like, I saw it the other day, crystal clear. Charger was 5 feet in front of me. I shot him with the expendable anti-tank, and I watched. He had no head. His head blew up.
Yeah.
He had no head. He slid past. I dove. He slid past me, and then he stood up and turned around, and he had a head again.
Really?
And it makes me think that there's a latency problem where you shoot your gun, and I think locally your PlayStation processes what happens and like updates the graphics. But in the background, I think
on the server?
Yeah, on the server side, it's double checking everything, and latency caused it to miss some, the charger turned just a little bit. So you hit him in the leg.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing it more lately, and it's getting frustrating, which is why that rail cannon is so good.
See, that's where, problems I have are so like today, I told Lucas before he got here, is I checked my PlayStation today because it crashed sometime this morning. And I was like, okay, so I reset it. Everything was fine. Happened didn't really happen yesterday, but it kind of did. So what had happened, I reset it. I tried to turn it on a couple times. It didn't want to turn on. But within 30 seconds, I did get it to go. It was fine. Booted right up and everything. They showed the error. I was like, okay. Then I found a place where you could actually check your errors. And I looked, and there was a fucking list.
Oh, really?
Of how many times that my PlayStation has crashed, or not the PlayStation, but the game, like, booted me out. Mm-hmm. And it says Helldivers too, and all the way down. I'm like, fix it.
Something's going on.
Yeah.
Fix the fucking thing.
I got kicked out the last game we played today.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, but that was right at extraction, so I mean,
After extraction.
yeah.
Yeah.
when we were loading into my ship.
Yeah.
But I always end up getting it.
In the middle of a mission.
Yeah.
And so they know the problem's there.
They've gotten better since we originally bought it.
I don't know.
Overall, it has.
Not for me.
Yeah, for
It
you.
did for about 3 weeks. At the beginning, it fucking sucked. The first 10 days, it sucked.
Everybody
and then for
was
3
having-
weeks, it was fine. And then this last week and a half, it just kind of pissed it down its leg again for me. And it pissed me off.
Yeah, you've lost on some samples and XP and
Yeah.
because of that.
Yep. And it's just, I mean, nothing I could do about it. I bought the game. And they said, these patches are constantly coming out to fix. Obviously, it's not. Because why am I still getting it happen? You guys aren't. And then on top of it, it's dropping. What it's doing, it's causing my game. The game is causing my PS5 to disconnect from their server, is why I'm getting booted. Mm-hmm. So then, what it's doing is it's shitting on my network adapter in my PS5. So I have to restart the whole fucking thing for it to go back up again. Yesterday, PS5 was there. It was fine. I went to go check. I was going to log in because it was after 5, so I figured he'd be close. Mm-hmm. And I went to go log in, and it only showed one person. I was like, okay. I was like, fuck, let's just restart the game just in case we're having issues. I restarted. I wasn't even off for a minute, and I loaded back in, getting ready to look. And sure shit, you two are both on. And I was just like, what the fuck? I wasn't even gone a minute. And I went from having one person on my friend's thing to being on to 4.
Yeah, their friends list thing is really bad at updating. Because even today I noticed when I went into the friends list, it still said you and Cullen were playing.
No, but this was, I'm talking about my friends list on my PS5.
Oh, on the PS5. Okay. Yeah, I haven't had those issues.
Yeah. So it's fucking with my network connection or my network adapter inside my PS5 somehow.
You're overusing the PS5. How old is it now, your PS5?
Maybe a year.
Oh, I thought you had it longer than that.
Not much. So Lucas, I think, got his in the late summer, early fall of last year.
Yep, it was. I think it might have been
After
September
WWE
or something.
WrestleMania, you bought it, I think.
You're right. You're right. It was. Yeah. So it would have been.
What?
Yes, because it was shortly after we watched WrestleMania. It was a few weeks later because they had the deal to get the new WWE 2K at the time 23.
Yeah.
With it, and so that's why I bought it. Because I went and I got the God of War edition, and I picked up WWE 2K23
with it. Yeah, 'cause I only had mine for what, 2 weeks to a month before you.
Yeah.
It wasn't long. So okay, so it's been about a year and a half. Then mine's about a year and a half old. It shouldn't be acting up like that.
No, it shouldn't. Did you guys get the warranty or anything?
I got it at fucking Target, so
I never do the extended.
I don't either.
they usually come with a 2-year, like my drum set here has a 2-year warranty.
I don't know if the PS5 would have something like that, though.
Well, this thing.
I think there is like a
PS5 warranties.
Yeah.
It's got to have some sort of.
I think
Sony's got its own warranty. I guarantee it.
There's some kind of limited warranty that they do.
Yeah. This thing, like I said, this thing's got a 2-year limited warranty.
Right.
But it covers everything. So I'm sure that PS5 has got some sort of 2-year.
Yeah. Well, your clock's a
I
ticking.
better break that fucker to get a new one.
Well, you better not put this episode out.
Yeah, because we got a lot of people at Sony listening.
The whole company.
All of them are.
The whole company.
Yeah.
So, I know this is a little bit outside of the realm of Helldivers.
Oh,
Oh, God.
I was bringing this up. I brought this up to you guys
real life,
earlier.
I bet.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's probably real life shit.
No.
Oh, thank
Well,
God.
kind of.
Oh, fuck.
So we were talking about it earlier. That chick from the fucking Queen's Gambit. I can't decide if she's hot.
She's hot.
I don't know, dude.
I need to take a look
she's
because I don't know.
She looks hot, but I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, let's not be picky here.
I'm being picky.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya
Yeah.
Joy. Get it?
I mean, come on. Look at that. Look at her.
See, there she looks okay.
Okay.
It's just weird. I mean,
You're okay.
But what if you woke up and seen her? She looks like fucking Squidward.
Well,
Woke up in the morning, you looked over, you're like, oh my God.
Hey, Squidward. Hey, Squidward.
I'm not one to I shouldn't criticize because
Yeah, see.
Lord knows there's way more to criticize about me than there is about her.
We know.
The only thing about her that seems a little off is the distance between her eyes.
There is a large, yeah.
They're a little too far apart.
It is pretty far. Yeah, it's all right, though.
Oh my God. You could write a book in between those things.
But that's the only thing.
That is true. But, you know,
What about
beggars can be choosers.
It's like the way, whether she looks attractive or not is purely dependent on how she has dressed and styled herself, and because I mean,
you guys seen the pictures of Jessica Simpson when she was a little bigger?
I remember seeing some.
And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, God, I remember you were fucking smoking, and now you're like, ooh.
Now I got to Google.
She's probably smoking.
Jessica
ribs,
Simpson big.
You
That's
know,
what I'm going to Google.
and I was like, but I sat there and thought I still would have to done it just saying.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah.
I still.
And her fucking lip syncing sister, actually.
Yep. Oh, yeah, she did get a little bit.
Let me see that.
Or is she maybe just pregnant? in
Let
these
me see that
photos? I don't know. Let me see. Well, she's definitely pregnant in that picture.
That one for
That's
sure.
a beer belly, dude.
What was
It's a
the
beer
other
belly.
Get a beer
picture?
there while we're
Drinking
talking about
fucking
Shit.
Budweiser Selects.
Whoa! Low carb.
Low carb.
God. So I mean, you know, there's actresses and shit like that out there, like Jada Pinkett Smith. I never really thought she was hot.
She's hot, but short hair.
Keep my wife's name
How
out of
dare
your
you, sir?
mouth.
She has a genetic condition known as
she's a-
alopecia.
Fucking bitch, too, so.
That's the main thing, yeah.
You think she sits there just like, you know what, Will, I'm gonna go fuck this dude, and you're gonna come with me and watch.
Yeah. Will is, he's a simp. He's a
He
simp.
is.
He's a cuckold.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a cuck. You know,
But I've been there, too, so. I hear you, Will.
it's just,
She's like,
I'm sorry, I won't come to your house anymore then. God.
she's just like, Will, I'm gonna fuck this guy. I'm gonna fuck our son's friend
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I love you so much, Will.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm doing this to show you how much I love you.
Yeah.
She used to She loved, like, I guess her and Tupac.
Yeah.
Thing I wanted. She always talks about Tupac.
I saw somebody commented on the picture, and it was someone had tweeted the picture, or it was on Reddit or something, and someone responded and it was like, only bullet Tupac ever dodged.
Oh, that's a good one.
I seen this one where they were talking about that, and where she had said something to the fact is that she how did it go? People were talking to her about Tupac, and she goes, "Well, that was the love of my life."
Yeah,
and
it was her
fucking
soulmate.
Yeah, and Will was like right there, like, "Bitch."
Yeah.
You know,
like,
like,
Jesus. He loves that woman.
No, I think they have I think they're swingers. Or they just have an agreement where they
do,
bang.
but I don't think Will is totally on board with it. He just
I bet
it.
he's more on board with it than you think, because he's banging hookers.
You know what I think is funny? Like, do you ever listen to Eminem in like his earlier records?
Yeah.
He would like sing about fucking choking his wife and shit.
Oh yeah.
But now like everybody loves Eminem. He's like, he was doing this interview with Roger Goodell and shit. I'm like, I don't know.
I think a lot of it is because Eminem has kind of owned up to the shit that he's done. Like, he's definitely not the same person that he was when he was first starting rap. Like,
yeah,
and I think he's
so angry at the time, and
so I think some of that is, or the reason that people kind of accept him more is because he,
yeah.
Apparently, he just decided to go out and buy fucking Mike Tyson like a fucking Mercedes or some shit one day. You know, the guy, he never really thought about how much money he had at one point. There's this apparently there was this talk that he had with like his accountant or something like that, and because he quit doing drugs. He's sober and everything now. I think he might fucking dip into a little bit of wine once in a while, but
his music was better when he was doing drugs.
Well, there's a lot of people music, fucking
Yeah.
Stone Temple Pilots.
It's like, if we did this podcast sober, how shitty it would
oh
be.
my god,
I think we tried it.
We don't even talk to each other when we're sober.
But Eminem was talking about he had seen this fucking expensive watch, a Rolex or something like that, and he had called he called his fucking manager or his accountant or somebody and said, "Hey, can I afford this?" He goes, "You can afford hundreds and hundreds of those."
Yeah.
And they told him, "Go have some fun." So he bought that watch, right? And then he's not a flashy guy, so he didn't like it. Or he liked it, but he just quit wearing it and just started wearing his other watch. And I mean, you see him with his fucking big old chains on. And he's got a beautiful home now and everything. I mean, he finally decided to accept his celebrity status and start spending. I mean, I bet you the guy's got more fucking money than he even knows.
Yeah.
Unless he found one of those fucking managers who kind of, I had to pay for this and pay, he got fucking NWO'd on him.
There's like,
or not NWO, NWA.
There's like two types of people that come from poor backgrounds that when they make it big, we're not talking about someone who just makes it out of poverty and they're middle class, someone who gets rich. There's like two types of those people from poor backgrounds. And one is the type that remembers
their roots,
having nothing and being afraid. Like, I can't spend this money on, a luxury item or something. And then there's the other ones that are like, holy shit, I have money. I got to buy everything.
Yep.
And then they go back to the poorhouse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, look at
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
He apparently he still has money.
I don't know.
He made over $100 million in his career so
He's
far.
got a lot of child support and...
Yeah, but he's got a lot of money in the bank.
I don't know.
That's what I've heard.
He
Anyway,
did.
but look at Shaq. Shaq's worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yep.
He's on every
Came from
commercial.
fucking nothing. Mm-hmm. I mean, and there was a fucking point where his son said something and said, "Dad, could we get this?" And Shaq said no. And, "Well, we're rich." He goes, "No, I'm rich."
Good line.
Yeah. But like, he takes care of his whole family, and not just his immediate family. He takes care of his nieces and nephews, his aunts and grandmothers, and like his niece was going to college, and wanted to go to college. She got accepted, but they didn't know how they were going to pay for it. And he asked her, how much was it for a year? She goes, it was 30 grand. She goes, I got you. He goes, but tomorrow we're going to go buy you a car, a good car to go to college with, too.
Honda Civic.
God, probably. But I mean, the thing was, I heard another one. This is a story that I read, I heard on Reels on Facebook, where his son, he told his son he was going to buy him a car. I think it was like his birthday or graduation present or whatever. And his son, you didn't have, what car do you want? His son goes, I want Tesla. You mean Charger, right? You mean Charger. He didn't want him to have a fucking Tesla. And so, Shaq is apparently one of those guys that is very, very giving. He's very...
Yeah.
But I mean, look at the money. The guy's making money from
He's
everywhere.
in a lot of commercials.
Everywhere.
Yep.
I heard that he owns part of that. He owns a bunch of
Papa John's.
Five Guys, he's part.
Yep.
Is him?
Yep.
He also, I think he's got part ownership in the General Insurance commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he has ownership or something. I do know why he does the commercials.
Stocks or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I first saw a General commercial, and their commercials, the CGI or whatever is still bad.
Yeah.
Okay, but back when those commercials first came out, it was atrocious, and I was like, "What the fuck is Shaq doing with a company like this?" And I found out later it was because when he was in college, dirt poor, like just starting college, they were like the only insurance company that he could get insurance through.
Yep.
And so he always kept that in mind and wanted to.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like I want to pay these guys back if I can.
Well,
so.
like your homie Bill Shatner, when he was doing those commercials for Priceline,
Priceline negotiator.
he said he turned around and said when they offered him, say, hey, we do this commercial, we'll pay you this much. He goes, I don't want any money. He goes, just give me stock. Give me stock in a business.
And free trips.
That fucking website took off. Now the guy's, making a shitload of money. I mean, it had to have been hard for Shatner not to have some money. I mean, granted, the original Star Trek went for 3-4 seasons.
Yeah, I think it was 4.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yep.
But there was like 3 or 4 movies he was in of theirs.
Yep.
Plus he was in T.J. Hooker. And then he was in another TV show. I mean, he's been in a lot of TV shows. And
in the early 2000s, he was in like Boston Legal.
Yeah.
Boston Legal was awesome.
That was a good show.
Yep. James Spader.
James Spader. That's where I developed my like fondness for James Spader.
You ever seen Blacklist?
Yes, he was the only reason I liked that show.
That show was good too. But no, I mean, you got these celebrities who are now, they're like, okay, well, forego paying me, just give me stock options in your company or whatever. And may have worked out, may have not. Look at what happened with Scarlett Johansson. She was supposed to get it back when she did the Black Widow movie. Her deal with Disney was that she was supposed to get paid a percentage of the back end. So whatever this fucking movie made. Well, then they decided to release it in theaters and in Disney Plus. And she said millions and millions of dollars. Because there's that obvious pay gap for women and men in movies, entertainment. And so she brought Disney to court. They made it right. We're not sure how much they gave her, but they made it right. Now everything's good to go with them.
Yeah. That's one of those things with deals like that where it's, man, you have to have good legal counsel if you make a deal like that, because there's so many ways for a company to kind of shift. Oh no, actually these expenses were part of this movie, so it actually didn't make that much money.
Yeah. Well, Justin, how much stock do you have in Drunks versus the World?
I got
a third,
33%, 33.333.
And you're making out like a boss.
I'm fucking doing good.
Doing good.
How do you think I got to WrestleMania and this New York trip?
Yep.
You know how old William Shatner is? You want to?
He's like 70 some.
Yeah,
almost
he's
80.
older than he looks.
How much
78.
I'll say 81.
93.
What? No, he's
Just
not.
looked it up. Oh, shit.
Holy fuck, William Shatner.
We were
Oh, he
even,
does look good for 93.
I was even just saying, like, he looks older than, and I still was way under.
It's amazing.
That Bill Shatner, I tell you.
It's that.
Now I have to see. I have to see his
to look
latest
for yourself.
pictures.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's insane.
You ever seen that fucking side-by-side comparison of Sammy Hagar and Bill Clinton? They're the same age.
They look
They are
about.
no. Sammy looks way younger, dude.
Does he?
Oh yeah.
I need to see.
Compared to Bill Clinton,
Let's see.
Bill looks like he's in his fucking late 70s.
76.
Sammy Hagar, they're the
Oh.
same age. See,
Yeah, I guess he looks younger.
drinking.
But when you're president of the United States, you're gonna age.
You're a fucking
Yeah.
you're a rock star who did nothing but drink, do
Yeah,
coke, and bang
that's right.
hookers.
Yeah.
Also,
What's more taxing, a rock star or a president?
The rock star.
I don't know.
You had to
Yeah.
go. He had to go home to one chick, Hillary.
I don't know about Bill
course.
though.
So-
you know.
you don't think that's more stressful than being a rock star?
I think
Having
Yeah,
to go
right.
home to
which one do you?
to Hillary every night?
There's 17 of them. They're all hot as fuck. Which one do you see? But I'm not saying that's not. I'm talking about all the fucking alcohol and drug abuse that went on.
Yeah, but the stress of being a president
Yeah.
almost equals the booze.
They
And
just they learn how to manage it a little bit better.
Also,
maybe.
it is in the side by side. It's definitely an unflattering picture of Bill Clinton. Like the lighting is
bad lighting.
way in his face, but still,
They are the same age.
yeah, that is.
You know what though? I think Trump. Say what you want about him. It's only been 4 years, but he's almost looked young. I think he's lost weight since he first started.
I don't know about
his face
that.
Oh, wait, you don't
really.
got enough time to eat because you're busy fucking looking at all your legal fucking issues.
He doesn't. He hasn't
I-
aged much.
I also think because he
Mentally,
doesn't
yes.
like
Yeah.
the stress doesn't affect him the way that it affects most presidents because
Right.
I don't think he gives that big of a shit about what happens
Anything.
as long as it makes him look good to some people.
I think that is a bullshit comment, but that's just me.
I don't think he cares. That's just
I do. But
Cares about the legal stuff.
I think he cares about anything. I don't think it's just because he's thinking. I think that Trump does care. He just has a different way of showing it. I mean, when you have
Cares about his-
when you have a father who is a fucking racist, fucking Jew hating Nazi,
oh yeah.
you know, and went through this shit. I mean, a lot of people are going to go through and have different outlooks on things by looking at your background.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's just very blunt.
Mm-hmm.
Very blunt. The guy fucking doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. Let's be
Yeah, no
honest.
filter.
None.
No filter there.
And then now we got some basketball on, and there's my favorite player of all time,
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
I can't stand that fucker.
Yeah,
On his on-court antics, I don't like. But as a person, the fucking guy is legit. He does do a lot for his community.
Yeah.
He's got like a fucking 10% success rate with the kids coming out of his school, so that's the part that kind of sucks. Not 10%, I don't know if it's that low, but
yeah.
the schools that he's got going on, hey, good job. I'm proud that that guy actually tried to do something like that. But I don't know why I don't know what the problem is why they can't, why the success rate, the graduation rate isn't as great.
It's because it's in primarily like poorer
Yeah.
communities and it's
Yeah.
just that's always going to be
If you don't have parents who give a fuck, you know, about your education, or they're not around, I guess that's a big problem there. But just Jesus, but yeah, he does.
I don't know if his school is that in a poor community. Is it a?
Yeah,
I
a
don't
lot of us.
Maybe it is.
I mean, because it's all around Cleveland, isn't it?
I believe so.
Or Akron or
Yeah,
where
yeah.
he grew up. I don't know enough about it, to be honest. he's not a bad guy, and I talk a lot of shit about him. I just think he's fake. But like the camera, since he's been in high school, he's always been under the microscope.
That's very true.
Like the fact that he is as well adjusted as he is, is kind of.
If I were in that situation, I don't know, be doing the same shit, I guess. But
no, I think
I think he's just he just seems so fake. Every interview and everything he does just seems very unnatural to me.
See, I don't see it that way, but again, I mean, it's different perspectives, but I think both of you need to prepare yourselves for the inevitable after he retires. As we start to get older, it is going to become more common for people to be referring to him as the GOAT over Michael. Just in the same way that I'm sure the guys who came up watching Wilt,
and then in 20 years, there'll be another player. Oh, he's LeBron.
It's a lot of it is recency bias, and
look at the same kind of thing with nobody thought there'd be another guy like fucking Tom Brady, and now we got fucking Mahomo.
And immediately they overlapped, for God's sake. I mean,
LeBron and Jordan kind of did too, almost.
Did they? It was close.
They didn't.
LeBron came in at 2003, and then Wizards last year. Jordan was like 2001.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, it's.
But Patrick lost to the GOAT.
He did.
Yeah.
And on a different team.
Brady was damn near 40, and Mahomes was just a baby.
I think he was 40.
He might have been.
I think he was over. I think he beat him when he was playing for the fucking Bucks, and he's 40.
And Brady beat him with the Patriots. Mahomes' first year as a starter in the AFC Championship. So but I mean, I don't know. Tomato.
You know that the Raiders were the first team to beat him by more than 7 points in a game. Just throwing that out there for you. It's a stat.
See, that's why I hate fucking stats. You make it sound like the Raiders are a better team than the Chiefs. The Raiders are a better team than the Chiefs.
I didn't know.
That stat is fucking fraudulent.
Some stats
that's not
are
fraudulent. It's actually true. That's not a fraud.
It's true, but it doesn't encapsulate the fucking reality of the situation.
I didn't say that it did. I just said that he beat him.
Some stats are true. Some stats are true, and they just don't tell the whole story.
Exactly. That's why I hate stats.
So from a guy that plays fantasy football every year, you have to go by stats.
I do it for fun.
But it's from us. It's a stat. To win, you got to go off stats.
Okay, fine, but I mean, real football and fantasy football, your first pick in fantasy football is going to be a running back. In the draft this year, you won't find a running back.
I get
in the
it.
First round.
Oh, I get it.
What does that tell you?
The stuff
that running backs are meaningless, but in fantasy football, where stats matter.
But see, that's again like me and you had talked about, where I don't believe that the fucking quarterback should be the fucking highest paid motherfucker on the team. I don't believe that one bit.
Well, that's a hot take.
Yeah.
Who should be?
I don't think anybody. I think there should be if there's going to be a salary cap, I think, okay, let's chop it up. There's certain people that shouldn't. A kicker can win the game or lose the game. Just like same with a quarterback. Quarterback can win the game or lose the game. Am I right? And you, being a Vikings fan of all, should know that. And I'm not being a dick about it because it's true, right?
The only thing...
There's no situation, no matter how bad the quarterback is, that they should make less money than a kicker.
No, what I'm saying is that a kicker obviously shouldn't make more than a quarterback.
Okay.
I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that there's certain games that it happens every Sunday that a game is decided by one fucking point, and it's a kick.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay. But I honestly don't believe a quarterback fucking should be paid more than, say, defensive coach or defensive captain.
It depends on the quarterback and
if a defense is on the
Crosby should be paid more than Derek Carr. I know they don't play together now, but
Crosby was a rookie like 2 years before fucking Derek Carr got.
I know, but
At the time, yeah. See, and that's where, like, the quarterback market is weird. It's very fucking weird, because now they're going to have... Who is it that's coming up that says, oh, that's going to get just fucking paid?
Dak?
Yeah. For what? He's won two playoff games in his whole career.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to supply and demand. There's only 15, 20 people in the world that can play quarterback. There's a shit ton of defensive ends and
there's
running
at
backs
least
and all
32.
other, yeah, you can
64 actually
easily
because they got
find
backup.
other good players at other positions, but not at quarterback.
Look at that Taysom Hill, though. That fucking guy plays 3 different... That's fucking crazy.
Well,
That's very, very rare.
but he struggles throwing the ball. But I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
I just... Again... Well, I forgot all about it. Drafts this coming week.
Yeah, I'm excited. Huge Vikings draft.
I guess I'm going to probably
This is arguably the biggest Vikings draft.
I'm probably going to be down here on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm going to my parents on Thursday.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
It's a tough draft though for the Vikings because it sounds like they're going to have to give up a lot if they want to trade up to a reasonable spot. And
but this is a good quarterback group.
Yeah, it is.
But
for the most part,
yeah,
we're going to end up with
the problem
Penis.
I would be.
Penix
I
Jr.
love
whatever.
Penix Jr. Penix.
I'm
not looking forward to the penis jokes.
Is he getting? He's projected to go late first, early second.
Yeah. Raiders could get him too.
Yeah, I thought he was supposed to go like around in the like top 15-ish. Like
they're saying, top 15, early second is kind of his range.
Yeah, honestly, I don't.
One thing we all agree on, which nobody else does, is Caleb Williams.
He's
I don't know.
He's going to be cancer in the fucking
It seems
locker
that
room.
way.
Yep. He needs.
And with the Bears, I don't know.
Yeah.
But people are
they
like,
don't have
he's
enough.
the next Mahomes and all that shit.
Oh my god.
Mahomes is humble at least. Like Caleb Williams he's only coming out of college and he's like, oh yeah, I'm better than, or anything Mahomes can do, I can do better. Like
yeah. Whoever drafts me, we're winning the Super Bowl that year.
Like, come
even
on
the field, he's kind of reckless and I don't know.
Yeah.
He's not a slam dunk like everybody says.
When he says that, hey, I don't want a rookie contract. Give me ownership in the team. You fucking stupid.
I don't know how. I read that report too. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but
I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Consider, he didn't want to give any of the fucking scouts his fucking medical records.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't hear that.
He didn't give any of the fucking scouts his medical records.
Shady.
What
are you trying to hide there?
During the combine?
Yeah.
Not a single one got their fucking medical records.
That's pretty shady. I bet he has AIDS.
My ass got infected, coach.
I'd still draft him. That's treatable now.
Yeah, just ask Magic.
Yeah, just talk to Magic.
You're right. This is a fucking great class for quarterbacks, which it's like every other year. You got a great class. You got that fucking Spencer Rattler's coming in too.
Yeah.
And he's going to be a cancer in a fucking room too.
Seems that way.
I've
heard he's matured a little bit more, but
that QB1 fucking was just.
I know.
Put me on I hated him once I see that shit. I'm like,
a lot of people did.
Little fucking punk.
He's a punk.
Yeah.
He's the CM Punk of NFL.
Yeah. I think too many pundits get caught up in this is a big draft class for a great draft class for quarterbacks or whatever. We've heard that before. What about what was the year with the Bortles, Manziel, Bridgewater,
Carr?
Yeah.
Like it depends on
you never know
where you land to and how
it does.
That's true.
That's a huge
look at fucking Eli Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy fucking Archie didn't want him to go to San Diego.
Yep. And I'm convinced if Mahomes would have gotten drafted by the Browns, he'd be good, but he wouldn't be.
Yeah, he wouldn't be winning Super Bowls.
And that's the thing. That's where we've talked and we've agreed on 100 times, is that it does matter. It does matter to the team.
Oh yeah.
Your coach. It matters to the coach. It matters to anything you got. I know. Again, I'm just gonna bring it up. But my fucking Raiders went from having a fucking one of the worst defenses in the league last year to having a top defense after week 9 once they got rid of fucking McNugget.
And it's going to be even better next year.
Yeah.
They got that Wilkins.
Yeah.
He's a fucking stud. But their offense is going to be not good.
Yeah.
Losing Jacobs, and if they stick with O'Connell.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, but we got,
And they
we got rid of fucking Renfro, third Renfro. I think hurt.
Nobody signed him yet, I don't think.
I don't know. No, he decided to retire.
Did he?
Yeah, I think
Once he found out he was gonna fucking get released, that he was retired.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Wow.
He didn't want to play for anybody else. The guy was he had an off year, and and the year before that he was hurt. But he's clutch. He was fucking
he
third and
clutch.
Renfro. That's,
Third and Renfro.
Yeah.
And there
He
was
belongs. He could make it still.
Oh, fuck
I
yeah,
don't know
he
why
could.
anyone didn't want him.
I don't know. I think it's I can't remember how he got hurt. If it was a ankle or
AIDS.
It was AIDS.
AIDS, yeah.
Damn
A
AIDS.
lot of people get
Man.
AIDS now.
I know, right? It's coming back. It's making a comeback.
They can come back. It's the new cancer.
It is. What's worse, AIDS or cancer?
AIDS is hipster cancer.
It is. Hipster cancer.
No, AIDS is the boomers of cancers. All right.
I had AIDS before it was cool. It's okay.
Remember the 80s?
I had AIDS before it was treatable.
Whoa.
I also read that Elliott, that there's a possibility that Ezekiel Elliott might go back to the Cowboys.
Yep, I heard
saw
that too.
yeah.
And he was, I'd love to play for the Cowboys. Why? There's a reason why they got rid of you, dude.
Yeah, he's
He didn't.
used and abused.
He didn't do shit where he went either.
Which
New
time?
England, yeah.
He got traded twice.
No, he went from the Cowboys to New England.
And then he went to somewhere else, I believe. Are you sure? I can't, don't quote me on it, but I thought he went to
It was
another
just
team.
the Cowboys in New England he went to.
Yep.
And he did okay in New England.
He's
but
a piece of shit anyway, so
Well,
fuck him.
When you make that fucking, what's he averaged over the last 3 years? 3.5 yards per carry?
Probably not that much.
I mean, he was getting
good
out
right
carried
away.
by Pollard when
Yeah.
they were
Pollard's
last.
a beast.
He's all right. He gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he's healthy, you can't fucking stop that guy. You can.
No.
He's like, what's that new running back in Kansas City?
Pacheco.
Yes.
He's a good.
That fucking guy. He reminds me, and this is no shit, he reminds me of Bo Jackson. Breaking fucking tackles. Left and right.
He runs hard.
Yeah.
There's no doubt
He gets
about
those
that.
fucking legs going and,
Going back to kind of what we were talking about earlier, Bo Jackson is one of those guys that might not see another running back where people are like, oh no, he's actually the new GOAT. Like with Jordan and LeBron.
Right.
Like, I can see people are going to start because it's generational. It doesn't seem that way in the NFL with the running back position.
that is very true.
Like, even though he doesn't have the most yards of all time or the most
At his peak,
like
if you
he
had
was
to, for one game, if
he
you had
was
to pick
just
somebody,
the best running back.
If it wasn't for that fucking hip, wasn't it a drop hip fucking tackle that took him out?
I don't remember what
I thought he retired because he started getting death threats and stuff about breaking Walter Payton's record or whoever has
No,
the
he-
most
no,
rushing
he got
yards.
hurt.
And
He wouldn't have gotten close enough
He got hurt.
statistically to get to that. Right. But maybe that's true. I don't know,
I'd
but
heard something, and
I
that
don't
was
know.
years and years ago that I
No,
heard
he
that.
got hurt.
He did get hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt, and that's why he tried to do a comeback, and it just didn't work because he was playing for the Royals and for the Raiders at the same time.
Which is insane.
Wait,
one
Barry
guy-
Sanders played for the Royals?
No, Bo Jackson. He
I
played
thought
baseball.
no, we were talking about Bo. Or did I say Bo Jackson?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I meant Barry Sanders as
Sanders.
the
Yeah,
greatest
yeah,
running
yeah.
back of all time.
Sanders. Yeah, he retired.
He retired
He was
like
kind of sick of losing in Detroit and just wanted to.
He wanted to get traded.
he was the one that I
Keep
had
his
heard
health.
was the one that was getting death threats about like breaking the records and stuff.
There
Bo
probably
Jackson could have been. He was just such a freak of nature. I remember seeing maybe it was the 30 on 30 or whatever on him that any other person it would have probably been okay on that tackle. It was just his leg strength was so strong. The muscle just basically ripped the hip out of the socket.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
like he was just such a freak athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say? He had like 30 some home runs and then so many touchdowns all within the same year.
It's insane.
Yeah,
But
he was incredible.
Barry Sanders wanted to fucking get traded from the Lions, and they were like, no. And they wouldn't trade him, and that's why he ended up fucking retiring. And then there was an option to where his fucking technically he could have played for somebody else, and they were just like, he was even himself.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm just too old now to play the game.
Yeah, because he was losing so much in Detroit,
Yeah.
especially in the later years.
Yeah,
So that could have been true.
yeah.
I think he just wanted to save his health too. That was
And
a big
it's
part of it.
like what's the point of going out there and risking getting hurt if you know you don't have a chance in the
Right.
near
Yep.
not worth it.
And that's kind of what happened to Calvin Johnson too in Detroit.
Megatron, yeah, same fucking thing. He
Yeah.
wanted to get traded, and they wouldn't fucking
And they
do
were
it.
like, all right. Yep.
And that owner, whoever the owner is, they're
It's
fucking
the Fords. It's the Ford lady.
steadfast on that shit. They're not going to trade you. You signed that contract, yes, but we're not doing anything. Let me go to try and win a fucking championship. That's why 50% of the people there, I'll take that back. 60% of the fucking professional sports players are there for the money. The other
Yeah.
40% are actually there because they love the game and they want to win a championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To say that
And that's
I'm a world champion.
That's important in drafting and evaluating these draftees.
Yeah.
Is their passion of the game. Are you in it for the money, or do you actually
Right.
like what you're doing? And
Right.
shit?
I mean, look at these kids that play, sports in high school. If you find one of the guys I went to high school with he was a state champion wrestler 3 years in a row. And kid's cool as shit. Now he fucking works in the oil field, makes a ton of fucking money. But, that kid, that's what he did. That's one thing. And that's because he loved to wrestle.
Yeah.
Football players. My nephew loved playing football, and he decided he was going to go to school. He was going to go play football for Mayville here in North Dakota, but he couldn't, or he didn't because he decided to work for his dad.
Yeah.
These kids, they love the fucking game, and that's what they want. Their main goal all through the year is to be a state champion.
Oh yeah.
And then they get to the collegiate level, and then they're like, okay, I want to win whatever championship we can for this.
Yep.
And then they make it to the big stage if they're the 1%.
Yep.
And then they find the diamonds in the rough like Tom Brady.
Yep.
What was he, 199th overall?
Yep. Yep.
The thing with professional sports players in general, it's exemplified a lot right now in the quarterback position, because we were talking about how you don't think they should be paid, the top, or always the top
Right.
dollars on the team. And I agree with that. But I think it says a lot about when you talk about who wants to win and who wants to get paid. I think it says a lot about these quarterbacks who just want to be the top, they need the top new contract. They got to be the highest paid guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if I was an elite level quarterback like Josh Allen or something, do I need $55 million a year, or can I take
45?
Can I take $35 million a year and give that extra $20 million to fill some fucking role playing positions?
Thank you
Brady
very
did.
much, because that's again, you don't like him, but Derek Carr is that $125 million contract that made him the highest for like 13 minutes. Mm-hmm. It was a team friendly contract. And what he did is, yes, it was. The fuck it wasn't.
Being the highest paid quarterback in the league?
At the time. When he signed
That's
that
not team friendly.
Dude, if you let me finish.
All right.
Right after he signed that contract and he got his fucking signing bonus and everything, every year after that, his contract got restructured to pay other players. And that's what a lot of quarterbacks, because look at, like you said, Tom Brady did it. Tom Brady should have been the highest paid quarterback of all time, but he didn't, because he made team friendly decisions. You got guys like fucking Dak Prescott. He doesn't give a fuck.
There's a difference.
He's asking for what, like 60, 65 million a year?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
But,
He's going to he'll cripple that team for 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
Like, sign a fucking 5-year deal for $30 million a year or something. And what do top tier linemen, not the top best, but like those top tier linemen are what, like 10 million a year or something to get in.
That part's increased. It's like the top tier ones are like 20 to 25 now.
But still, you can now go. You just got yourself another top tier lineman,
Right.
Which is, I think,
You got
a top tier lineman gets 25. A mid quarterback gets 40.
yeah,
Which is
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
which if you're on that level, take the fucking pay cut and be like, you know what? I actually want to win. Pay me 30 million instead of 60 million.
Look at that.
Go get some fucking players.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Especially these quarterbacks get so many fucking endorsements too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. Look at that movie Moneyball.
yeah.
That was and that's the guy brought in a fucking mathematician. We got average fucking players. We saved this much fucking money, and they didn't win the World Series, but
That was just what I was going to say.
But they made it to the fucking playoffs at a time when they were literally almost mathematically
Everybody thought
excluded from it.
Everybody thought they were going to be like last place, and they made the playoffs. Having said that, they didn't make it far in the playoffs.
No,
they did good with what they had, but at the end of the day,
I think that
owner should have spent more money.
Yeah,
Baseball's different.
There's a
no
certain
salary cap.
See, that's the thing. I thought they did have a salary cap.
Baseball doesn't.
No, they do have a luxury tax or something,
Well,
but
I thought every sports has a luxury tax.
Just basketball does. They kind of all do in their own little way.
If you go over so much pay in the NFL, then you have to pay. Then doesn't the team have to pay so much to the league or whatever?
It's weird how it works.
Yeah.
NBA has a luxury tax, and MLB has a luxury tax, but MLB does not have a salary cap, which is like the other major sports do.
Right.
And it's a flawed system.
Right, and that's look at UFC. You got some mid-card fighters, and we're talking, say, the pay-per-views. Mid-card fighters who make, say, $40,000, $50,000 for that fight, and if they win fight of the night, then they'll get a $50,000 bonus, right? Now, we've read and we've seen how some of these guys who've won their fights, and next thing you know, they're like, after I'm done paying taxes on it, I pay my trainers, I pay this and I pay that, and even after, say by chance they had some sponsors, after all that shit, some of these guys are taking home $15,000, which obviously $15,000 is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But when you just won $30,000-$40,000 for that fight, and you're like, okay, cool, I could fight again in another 3 months and do that every so often. But now you're making less than $100,000 a year, and you still have to fucking you're training every day, but you're working. Look at Clay Guida, perfect example. He had he was working. He was a construction worker. He was on one of his fights. They were talking about how he was on the roof. And then he had to go tell his boss. He goes, "Hey, boss, we talked about it. I got to go. I got to fight." "Oh, yep, go right ahead." He was on the roof, got done with his job, and he took off. He had to haul ass to go fight on a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's awesome.
And he's a professional, but he's a professional fucking fighter.
Yeah.
Like, the UFC is the biggest player in the game. If you're good enough to fight on the main card, it should be $100,000
guaranteed.
Yep, minimum.
Take home
that's
even.
Yeah,
yep.
$100,000.
Dana
that's
can afford it.
Yeah, that's a year's salary for that's a good year's salary for people like us.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're good enough to make it there, $100,000. That should be it. That pays for your training and all that throughout the year. And if you're better than that, then you start to get paid more.
And Dana White is sitting there saying that, well, you guys don't know what it takes to put on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
How much does Dana bring in UFC a year? Just his UFC ownership.
How much does he make himself? I'm not. I know
More
that
than
he got
more than most fighters.
I know that he, after they sold to the new company, he made $100 million off of that sale because
Does he have a yearly salary?
Yeah, he has a yearly salary. The guy he'll go drop $2 million playing blackjack. You know, the guy's a fucking dirtbag. Remember me and fucking Brian got into an argument about that one night because I told him, he goes, "Oh, he's smart." I'm like, no, he's a fucking asshole for exploiting his fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These guys are the ones that are making you money, and you're gonna pay them fucking pennies.
Yeah, I should, like, as the guy that's kind of putting the promoter or whatever, I don't think the promoter should ever make more than like their top fighter or
No.
Even you shouldn't make more than a guy that's fighting on the card ever.
Right.
No.
Well, look at, Conor McGregor's very first fight in the UFC. I don't like Conor McGregor.
I don't either.
His stuff on the outside,
Again.
some of his shit, his personal life is kind of fucked up, but apparently he's a very good father.
Which
He's a
good.
shitty husband.
Yeah.
But anyway, so his very first fight in UFC, it cost you $200 to play your fucking intro song, right? He didn't have it. So Dana White paid for it and says, if you win tonight, pay me back. If you don't worry about it. Which was really cool. And he went on that, what was it, like a fucking 8-fight win streak, 9-fight win streak. And become a champion, then became the dual champion.
How much did you say? $200 or 200?
$200.
$200?
$200 to play your intro song.
Yeah.
Just $200.
I'm sure it's a licensing.
Yeah, it
deal.
depends on the song and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
But he, so that was cool that he did that. But when you're making, that guy makes so much fucking money because he's got so many different things. They got his hands in that slap shit is done, I think. That slap.
It better be.
Good.
That fucker was hurting people.
CTE.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
And then they got, they bought WWE. Mm-hmm. And now when you got wrestlers who wrestle more than these fighters, but yes, some of these wrestlers are still making, say, $300,000-$400,000 a year, but they're traveling 350 days.
Yeah.
Tough life.
And the thing I'll say about the wrestlers is it also takes acting talent.
Yeah.
Where I mean, you're not going to get anywhere if you can't hold a microphone.
Nope.
Right. So you got those guys, and they're making, a top tier wrestler like Brock Lesnar and fucking Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes and all those
Al
guys.
Snow.
I loved Al Snow.
Yeah.
Who wants some head?
And that was a punishment. That whole gimmick was a Vince McMahon punishment for, I don't remember what it was for. It was meant to bury him.
Yep.
And it became like one of his most popular gimmicks.
Yeah, it made him.
That's how I remember him.
Yep. He fucking, because Mick Foley told this story when he was going around for his one-man show, and he was at Playmakers when they were here. And so, yeah, it was supposed to bury Al Snow. He told the story, and Al just took it and
ran with it.
Yep, he made it work.
I mean, so these guys are making a lot of fucking money, but they're also having to spend a lot to travel, and they spend this and that. If you're lucky, depending on the percentage of your fucking merchandise sales, you can do pretty good and all this, but a mid-card guy, a mid-card wrestler on a pay-per-view makes more than a mid-card UFC fighter.
Yep.
And the UFC guy or the WWE guy, the wrestler, does wrestle more. But you're not sitting there and watching, okay, you got fucking, there's a storyline and you got, you don't got a guy who just signed a fucking contract that's all of a sudden on a pay-per-view. It's just weird how this shit fucking works. Mm-hmm. So if whatever this TKO company that owns both of them was smart, I'd be looking over at good old fucking Dana and saying, we're going to start restructuring the pay. I believe Mark Hunt is right to a point. I think that they should start taking concussions more seriously,
Yep.
steroids more seriously, and paying these fucking fighters better.
Yep.
Happy with it. What's that? Happy fucking workers you're gonna have. They'll never fucking talk shit, and they'll never want to leave.
They got to be pretty good with steroid checks.
They
now,
were
Brock
then,
Lesnar got popped twice, and they let him fight,
and so
especially against Mark Hunt.
as bad as USADA was, apparently this new company is even worse. Like, they just don't give a shit.
Yeah, but USADA wasn't even really there until the UFC became
Yeah.
more legal.
Yep.
I think they're it's a racket. Anyway,
Like, apparently, we haven't talked about this, but apparently John Jones, like, threatened one of the
nice.
Testers?
drug testing people that came to his house, and he was arrested for it. But then he's like, "Oh, they're lying. They didn't even look into this. I wasn't arrested. I'm actually in Arizona at my daughter's tournament or something." But when you look into it, yeah, he wasn't physically arrested. He was given he was charged with a certain thing, and the notice served as, like, technically you were, like,
you need to show.
we
the
would
fuck
have,
up.
yeah,
You need
we
to
would have
show up
arrested you, like,
if you were
it just let this notice serve as
It's a
proof
warrant.
that, yeah,
It's a warrant. Warrant to fuck, and then so he probably had to just show up, and they'd be like, okay, here's what
yeah,
you
it
did.
was.
Yeah,
He's
the stuff is fucking. Oh, I read something today. It was kind of funny. Who the fuck was it? Wanted to. They asking one of the fucking wrestlers to take. They wanted him to take a fucking drug test.
It was Big Papa Pump.
Yeah, Scott
Scott
Steiner.
Steiner.
so much steroids.
But he goes, I'll take tests right away. Send a limo, and by the way, I want Triple H to go with me.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they said, and he said, nobody showed up, and I've never taken a test.
Yeah, he said, "Send Triple H in a limo, and we'll go take the test together."
That's funny.
Yeah.
He had biceps on top of his biceps.
Yeah.
on
It
top
was
of
like a
his
triple
biceps.
stack fucking ice cream.
I've
fucking-
never seen muscles like his
It's like
before.
most wrestlers in that era, I think, took steroids.
Yeah.
Oh,
but-
I think a lot of them
like-
still are.
In that era, I think steroids took Scott Steiner. Like, it wasn't the other way around. Okay, like he was an amplified, HGH tube.
Look at John Cena when he first started. He was probably 60 pounds lighter than he is now, and now he's all fucking. He's built like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the forearms on that guy.
Well, steroids don't help for hair.
No,
You see
they
his
don't.
Fucking hair.
They do not.
Lucas has got 44-inch pythons, but he's bald. What do you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, there, gentlemen, this was a rather informative episode. Just to let you know, you guys can check us out on Spotify, and you can check us out on Samsung, Good Pods.
Or right here where you're currently listening.
Yeah. Pre-recording live. Because I had to be told that's what we're doing now. So just check us out any place that you guys listen to podcasts. And we'll see you later. Justin, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Rest in peace, Michael's cat Sherman.
R.I.P.
Gone
Sherman.
but not forgotten.
Yep. R.I.P. OJ.
R.I.P. OJ.
Yep.
Rest in piss.
Rest in piss.
Innocent murderer.
That innocent murderer OJ.
I like that one of the jurors even said they framed a guilty man. Like, they knew he was
admit it
guilty,
now.
but
It's just
it was like the LAPD.
to get back to Rodney King.
Yeah, there was another one who said that.
It was just
But it was like
Fuck
they,
you.
it's like they knew he was guilty, but there was so much shenanigans by the LAPD that
yeah.
Before we close out, I heard this other one where one of the lawyers for him, one of the 17 lawyers he's had, maybe it wasn't exactly for that case, but he was apparently, he was there when they got killed, but he had hired some hitmen from the Gambino crime family to do it.
No, I don't.
This dude apparently OJ told him. How do you know? Were you there?
No.
Okay, so you can't say it didn't happen. The guy, He was innocent. He didn't kill anybody.
I was there, and I certainly don't
Yeah.
work for the Gambino
I banged
crime
Jessica
family.
Simpson.
Did you really?
Were you there?
Hey, I just asked it. Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
I would have been
good
if
for
you'd
you.
asked. He's like, I want to see this.
Now let's go to court and find out if you actually did,
all
because
right.
OJ was proven innocent.
If the condom doesn't fit,
You must have quit.
Oh my God, a new condom idea. It's a condom that on the outside.
Has somebody else's DNA.
Okay, that we can add that. But the outside is patterned to make it look blurry, so that people can't see what your dick looks like.
His dick looks 6 inches.
It's blurry.
That ain't me. I'm hung like a
good one.
tic tac.
I like the DNA one.
Yeah.
That is good.
Like, what? Science.
Send us a hair of your.
Whatever.
You want to be famous?
Yeah.
We'll put you on a condom wrapper.
Send us a hair of the person you want to pay child support.
Yep. Now,
We'll put that on your condom. We'll
That's
put that
got
DNA on your
legs.
condom.
Lucas is going to start hanging out at parks again.
What do you mean start?
Oh,
Never stopped.
Lucas, would you like our listeners to know?
No.
Well, see you later.
See you later.
See you later.